Shadows and Starlight, Episode 10, Long Nights and New Beginnings. Welcome back, dear listeners, it's been a while. This is Lila, your moonlit guide through the mysteries of the night.
And I'm Elyra, keeper of secrets, watcher of the in-between, and occasionally, the voice of hard truths wrapped in velvet.
We know time feels different in our world, but for mortals, it moves so quickly. Moments rush by like waves, joy, grief, fear, hope, all crashing at once. And when life gets heavy, even the brightest memories can get lost in the tide.
Mortals live inside a storm of emotions. What takes us centuries to experience can happen to them in a single day. It's overwhelming. And sometimes, it drowns out the beauty that's still there.
I know that now more than ever. Having lived both as mortal and now something more, I see it clearly. Every heartbeat, every second is precious.
Spoken like someone who's finally learned what immortality can't give you, time back.
Exactly. And that's why we're here again. Not just to return, but to remember what matters. To share the stories, the sparks in the dark, and maybe help you hold on to those good moments a little longer.
So light a candle, open a window, or pull the covers closer. The night remembers you, and so do we.
Welcome back to Shadows and Starlight.
Chair, grab your favorite book. A tale unfolds, come take a look. From dragons fierce to spells untamed, all two stories are ever the same. Still shadows and starlight, the words come alive.
Now that we're back, let's start with something we've been waiting to share for a long time. The voice of our story has finally found the breath it deserves.
Lila the Dark. Book 1 is now an audiobook. Narrated by the incredibly talented Grace Noble, the story that started it all, our story, is ready to be heard in a whole new way.
Grace didn't just read the words. She became them. She found the sorrow in the shadows, the wonder in the dark. Even I was impressed, and that's saying something.
It wasn't always easy getting here. Some of you may remember the less than magical chaos of our first attempt.
Oh, you mean the AI scammer who tried to fake an entire performance using free software? Yes. That dark chapter made episode 5 truly unforgettable. You'll find a link in the show notes, and if you listen, let us know what moments moved you the most, or what part of the night whispered your name.
But you don't have to wait to hear it. We've brought a piece of the night with us, just for you.
So close your eyes, let the world slip away, and listen.
Here's a sample from Lila the Dark, narrated by Grace Noble.
Lila pressed her forehead against the cool glass of the window, eyes tracing the gas lamp's soft glow as it spilled over the cobblestone streets of the town below. The lamps, little more than distant stars fallen to earth, fought back the encroaching night with a tender, flickering light. With each passing moment, the shadows stretched longer, whispering of hidden things that moved with the dark. In the sanctuary of her room, candles flickered like captive fireflies, casting a warm, golden light that danced across the walls. These flames, alive and restless, stood guard around Lila, their light a shield against the thickening darkness that seemed almost alive, pressing its face against the window, curious and cold. Her mother's voice, a familiar melody of caution, often scolded her for the extravagance of so many lit wicks. "Now, Lila, let's mind how many candles we light." Her mother's voice carried a tender advisory. "We mustn't let all that wax and wick go to waste." Yet, to Lila, each candle was a soldier in her army against the dark, a beacon to ward off the creeping dread that slithered in with the shadows. A fear not just of the physical darkness, but of the looming uncertainties their country faced. Tonight, silence settled heavily upon the house. The last candle guttered and died, its final breath a whisper of smoke in the still air. Her mother's words, firmer now, cut through the darkness. "It's time, Lila." The night, void of any light, waited expectantly. Wrapped tight in her blanket, Lila faced the void, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm. Despite her fear, she couldn't help but feel a strange pull towards the unknown, a curiosity that whispered back at the darkness. The room, now a stage for the play of moonlight and shadow, whispered secrets through the rustle of the curtains. A sliver of moonlight, bold and brash, cut a path through the gloom, a fleeting comfort. Shadows danced at the corners of her vision, each one a spectre of fear conjured from the depths of her imagination. A whisper, softer than the sigh of the night wind, broke the silence. Who's there?" Lila's voice, stronger than she felt, challenged the darkness. In response, a voice emerged from the shadows, a sound as elusive and enveloping as the night itself. "It's me, the dark." From the shadows, a figure materialized, strands of inky black hair framing the face of a girl, not much older than Lila. The darkness crafted a silhouette around her of both elegance and enigma. Her skin, in stark contrast to the shadowy fabric of her attire, gleamed with the luster of moonlit porcelain. Yet it was her eyes that held Lila captive. A depth there not of void but of the night sky itself, speckled with unseen stars, promising the comfort of the unseen rather than the fear of the unknown. The girl, sensing Lila's apprehension, paused, offering a gesture of peace with an open hand. "I mean you no harm," she assured, her voice a melody of earnestness and curiosity. Her tone held the gentle firmness of night's embrace, undeniable yet protective, like the sky cradling the earth in darkness, not to consume it, but to nurture the world to rest and rejuvenation. "I merely wish to ask you something." Lila, drawn into the compelling aura of the girl before her, felt a calming reassurance in the earnest timbre of her voice. "What do you wish to know?" she inquired, her apprehension dissolving into the night like mist at sunrise, giving way to a blossoming curiosity that felt as if it had been waiting just beneath the surface for such a question. The girl, her form a blend of shadow and light, regarded Lila with a gentle curiosity that seemed as old as the night itself. "Why does the dark stir such fear within you?" she asked, her voice not demanding but inviting, her question floating between them. It felt like an invitation to explore the depths of Lila's unease, a question echoing the uncertainties of the world outside Lila's window.
So listeners, how was that? If that stirred something in your heart or gave you chills, we've only just begun.
You can find the full audiobook of Lila and the Dark right now on Audible, Apple Books, Google Play, Kobo, and most major audiobook platforms.
Whether you're walking beneath the stars, curled up in your favourite blanket, or just escaping the noise of the day, this story was made to be felt.
And to those of you who've already listened, thank you. Your support brings these shadows to life.
Now let's keep going. There's more waiting in the dark. Segment 2. City and Shadows. The World Expands.
If Lila and the Dark was the moment the shadows first whispered, then City and Shadows is when they began to answer back.
100 years have passed since I stepped into the dark and became something more. Now, in the heart of New Orleans, the world we've built begins to shift.
The city hums with old secrets and new tensions. Magic has taken root in hidden corners, twisting alleys, flickering lights, and the lingering pulse of forgotten gods.
And we are not alone. Strangers with eyes like burning stars and voices like velvet thunder are drawn into our world. One carries chaos in his shadow, wild, unbound and grinning. The other, desire cloaked in silk and sorrow, hiding knives behind every kiss of light.
They don't come to join us, they come to change everything. And when they arrive, truths unravel, not just about them, but about us.
Because memory is a tricky thing. What you forget doesn't disappear, it waits. And in City and Shadows, the past refuses to stay buried.
This is no longer just a story of fear and friendship. It's a reckoning of power, of love, of the parts of ourselves we swore we'd never face again.
We've linked to the book below if you're ready to step deeper into our world. But tread carefully. This city doesn't just reveal the truth.
It asks what you'll do with it.
And who knows? If this story takes off, we may just give Miss Grace Noble another world to lend her voice to. A voice like hers deserves more shadows to explore.
Shadows and Starlight Spotlight, Sharon Barnes rises.
Tonight, we pause beneath the stars to honour someone who's lit up the literary skies.
Sharon Barnes, fierce wordsmith, shadow dancer, and now, a top 10 finalist in the 2025 Indie Book Awards.
Her book, Shanghai Sunset, The Great Adventures of Breeze Lee, isn't just a story, it's a whirlwind. Danger, wit, attitude, and a heroine who doesn't wait for permission.
Published through S&D Publishing, edited by Bonnie Lil, illustrated by someone you might know, Chris Ross. Yes, our Chris Ross.
It's a celebration of bold hearts, high stakes, and the kind of storytelling that doesn't flinch. We've walked the dark with many tales, but this one, it punches through shadows with style.
To Sharon, your words crackle with fire. To Breeze Lee, may your next adventure be even more explosive.
Congratulations, Sharon Barnes.
The night sees you, and it's proud.
Thank you for walking with us tonight, through tangled memories, whispered pages, and the flicker of what's still to come.
Stories don't always end. Some just wait, in the quiet between chapters. And we'll be here, when the next one begins.
Until then, keep your books close on
your lanterns alight,
and never stop dreaming in shadows and starlight.
Take flight. Welcome, dear reader, to Shadows and Starlight. So keep your books close, your lanterns alight, and never stop dreaming in Shadows and Starlight.